Well, hello, lovely ladies, and hello to you, you sexy mofos. In today's video, what I wanted to do was talk a little bit more about the AMG GTR because as you guys know, when I got this car, it was so long ago, and by the time it came in, I decided that I didn't want it. However, I ended up with the car, and at this point, a lot of people are asking, are you gonna keep it? Are you gonna sell it? Are you just waiting for the Performante to get here and get rid of it? And the answer, and I'm not gonna clickbait you guys and even like drag you into it, is no. I am absolutely in love with this thing. Let's get started, baby. Okay, so here we go. This is the Mercedes-Benz AMG GTR 2018, which I am not entirely sure this was really intended to be a 2018, and I'll get to it later. Mine is debadged because who needs to tell people that you have an AMG GTR when it's pretty damn obvious by it? So what's the deal with this car? What's the whole fuzz around it, and why is it so sick? This is Mercedes-Benz attempt at competing with the GT3 RS and carts of the sort. Really good driver's cars. So this has a V8 twin-turbo engine that produces about 580 horsepower, however you want to read them, and a lot of monster torque. It's giving you peak torque at around 1900 RPM, which is basically when the car's standing still. But what's so impressive about it? Mercedes have been known for a long time for not being the greatest track cars. They're just like muscle cars from Germany. That's pretty much how people know Mercedes and pretty much their performance. That's how they describe it. Now, this, and the reason why I'm keeping this is because it absolutely blew my mind when I just got it. I knew the AMG GTS, the normal one, was gonna be a sick car. I knew it was epic because I drove it before. Oh, shit. But it wasn't gonna be enough to justify a price tag of $180,000. What justifies spending $180-something thousand in this? And let me tell you all those things because I am madly in love with this thing after driving it for about 4 days, non-stop. And I'm gonna start with something so superficial, and I have to apologize that all of my cars are disgustingly dirty, and the reason why there was like a windstorm that happened here. There's a lot of fires happening in California, so that's why these cars are disgusting right now. Anyways, with that said, one of the things that I love, and you cannot deny about this car, is its looks. Look how fucking gorgeous and muscular it looks. It looks badass. It looks beautiful. It looks intimidating. At the same time, it's not too crazy and too like, oh, that's a douchebag's car statement, even though the color completely changes that for some. But the lines are just insane. It's a wider car than the normal GTS. A lot more on the back and a lot more in the front. Even just looking at the stance from the back will give you a nice idea. And this makes the car look so muscular and sexy. One thing I do hate about these is the US bumper thing. Ugh. So the looks in and out are ridiculously beautiful and really well made because this is a Mercedes after all, and you're not gonna get any better than this. So, boop, when it comes to an interior that's completely finished, no bullshit, no games. This is how Mercedes does it. Lots of carbon fiber inside, piano wood black, Alcantara, leather, you name it. The car is filled with deliciousness for car porn. The next thing that made me really fall in love with this was, immediately when I got it, I took it to the canyons to drive it, and I picked up Rodrigo that morning, and the grip this thing has, the best way I can describe it, it feels like an AMG ACR, like the Viper ACR, which is unbelievably grippy at the front. No one thinks that because it's a rear-wheel drive car, that the front's gonna feel like it's planted like an all-wheel drive car. This car does exactly what the ACR does so great. So that is a big thing. I love the driving feel more than anything. I know that it's a lot about track competition and all that stuff. To me, it's all about the feel, the driving feel, and this is an epic driving feel you get, and the security you get from the aero planting the front tires is ridiculously bonkers, along with the driving position because you're basically sitting, if you're looking at the car from here, you see where you're sitting? Right here, which is right on top of the back wheels. And it gives you a really funny driving sensation, but the feel is incredible. It's a special thing. It's different from everything else. So that's another reason why I liked it so much. No matter how you want to dice it, slice it, this baby's a Mercedes-Benz. That's another reason why I love it. You don't have to go and learn the car. You don't have to go into a Ferrari. You don't have to go into a McLaren and learn the all new systems. We got them all on our dailies. We got them maybe not on the Smart, but on our dailies we have them. We have that screen right here. We know the systems. We know how everything works. The AC is never gonna fail you. The traction control is never gonna fail you. The computer's never gonna fail you. So the fact that it's a Mercedes is truly, truly, truly a massive benefit. Another gigantic thing, and really what got my attention when I was looking at the car for the first time at the gas station, if you guys remember the video where we saw the first GTR here in the US, was the way it sounded. And for that, let me bring Pedro out, because I think we need a little bit more than just myself talking to the camera right now. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. It's gonna start a little subtle.
Oh my God.
Did that sound good?
Yeah, man, it sounded okay.
Yeah.
Jesus, it sounds amazing.
Value, value, value for this V8 bi-turbo engine that's in this car. What other car can you get at $180,000 that competes in the sector, destroys, it's a great driver's car, and looks like this? So let me just put it in perspective to everyone. This competes directly with the GT3 RS. The GT3 RS, it's $180-something thousand base. The cheapest one you'll find, it's about $200,000. This is almost fully loaded at $180-something thousand. The most expensive one's probably going to be $200,000. The paint job's $10,000 alone. Now, the GT3 RS is an incredible track monster and a precision machine. This is a precision machine, but of a different kind. Imagine if you could make a GT3 RS a muscle car. On the daily, whenever you're driving it on the city and not like doing anything crazy, this feels like a muscle car, like an angry challenger, if you will, like brrr, muscle, lots of power, lots of rumble. Makes the daily commute very, very, very fun. Whereas the GT3 RS doesn't do that. It's more of a visceral machine. This is a muscle car while you're in the city, but once you take it to the track or to the canyons, this is a GT3 RS disguised as a muscle car. The other car that compares is the Audi R8 V10. And to be honest with you, that's a very tame car. The biggest disadvantage that the R8 has compared to this one is simple. Number one, it's an Audi, so it's toned down and tame. Number two, because it's an Audi, it's toned down and tame. And number three, it's too toned down and tame. This was a little bit more intimidating to blend than the 720S, which I completely understand because it makes more noises, it's more visceral, but still she was able to drive it. The R8 she would love. In a second she'd be like, oh, that's easy. So this gives you everything you need as far as driving feel goes, as far as driving in the city, as far as driving hard on the canyons. It's a very complete all-around car. And obviously the rarity, the fact that there's so little of them right now in the US, makes it a very hot proposition for anyone who wants to get into a sports car that can do a lot. So value-wise, we got it. Drive feel, we got it. How loud it is, we got it. How it looks, we got it. The fact that it's a Mercedes, we got it. So what is there not to love? Of course I'm gonna keep this beast. I am in fucking love with it. So until I find something that makes me want to get rid of her, she's gonna be here for a while. Thank you so very much, guys, for watching. I truly appreciate it. Hope you have a fucking amazing day. Take care.